What's up guys, Marcelo Silva here with another episode, and today I want to talk about Instagram. How you can go from having a few hundred followers to having thousands of followers, maybe millions of followers. So let's go! First, I want to share with you guys a little background of how I started my Instagram, how I was able to create a following for myself on Instagram. This happened last year. I've always liked photography. Always enjoyed taking pictures, mostly landscape, but I really enjoy photography in general. So I followed these accounts on Instagram. There weren't a lot of them, but there were some accounts that posted about UX, UI, which is like my job combined with my hobby, which is photography. And I love seeing those photos, but I realized there weren't a lot of accounts like that on Instagram at the time. So I decided to do that myself. I decided to delete all of my photos from my Instagram account and kind of do an experiment with Instagram and see if I could actually build a following, how fast I could do it, and if I could actually create that content that people wanted to see and wanted to follow. So fast forward to now, I have over 20,000 followers on Instagram, and I'm actually getting jobs through Instagram, and one of my biggest accounts right now is someone that found me through Instagram. So I want to share some of those lessons that I've learned throughout the way and things that really helped me to gain that following. So the first thing that I realized when I started using Instagram is that it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of effort to actually build a community around Instagram. So if you're thinking it's not going to be a ton of work, I can just, if I do this one or two things really fast, I can build a bunch of followers. That's not how it is. It is a ton of work. It is, especially in the beginning when you're trying to get used to it, trying to perfect your content. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. So just be aware that it does take time, but if you stick to it, it will pay off, I promise. So one thing that you have to do is really focus on quality content. And I know that's different depending on what kind of market you're going after and what kind of people you're looking to follow you. But for me, in my example, I wanted to create really quality content because that was the type of stuff that I like to see on Instagram. Those are the kind of accounts that I like to follow. So it was imperative for me to create really good content that I would want to look at myself and I would want to follow myself. So I was really focused on creating really quality content, and that meant, taking my DSLR and taking photos of my work instead of just taking it with my iPhone and just posting it right away. I would actually do some post-production work on it. I would actually edit it, take the time to really place things in an interesting way that was different from what other people are doing. Like if I want to see a screenshot of your work, I'll just go to Dribble. But for Instagram, it was a little bit different for me. I wanted to actually include like elements of photography into my work. So trying to find out what niche it is that you're going after, follow some of the accounts that have had success with the type of content that you're trying to post and see what they're doing and try to mimic that. And after a while, you figure out your own kind of niche and your own style that people want to follow you because of that style. Just as importantly as creating good content, like I mentioned, is posting it regularly. So if you can figure out a way to create quality content and create that over and over again and have a process that you can get faster and faster at, because what happens a lot of times is a lot of people can create really good content like once a month, but the hard thing is creating a really good content like 5 times a week to actually really get people engaged, especially in the beginning when you're trying to get people to follow you. It's really important for you to constantly be posting. The other thing that a lot of other people out there that talk about growing your Instagram, and they talk about engagement, but they actually don't talk specifics of like how you actually find the right people to engage with. Because if you're just engaging with people that are not really interested in your work, then you're just wasting your time on Instagram. If you're just purely looking at growing your Instagram, you have to find the right people, the people that are potentially gonna want to follow you in the future. So finding those people, it's really important. To use myself an example again, I really like UX UI, and I really like people that take actual photos of their work. So I would go to certain accounts, those accounts that collect a bunch of photos about UX UI design, and I would look at the people that are really engaging with those photos, the people that are liking those photos. So I would look at the like last 10 photos, and I would see like who's liking these photos, who's liking these photos constantly. And I would actually engage with those people. I would have conversations with those people. I would like their photos. I would go and follow their account, because those are the people that are most likely going to follow your account, because they're following an account that has really similar photos to what you're trying to post. And finally, the one thing that I think it's super important that I still haven't seen anyone talk about is being featured. The moments where I see the most amount of growth in my Instagram is when I get featured by these other accounts that have hundreds of thousands of followers. So getting featured is a huge deal. But how do you get featured, right? That's the big question. So if you're doing all those things right, if you're creating good content, you're creating it constantly, and you're actually engaging with people, there is a step that you can take to get featured. And one thing that I did that I thought was really effective was every time that I would post something that I thought one of these accounts would want to repost, I would tag all those accounts in my photo. So as I'm posting the photo, I was just tag all of these accounts. I have a list of 20 accounts that I knew posted contents really similar to what I was posting, and I would just go and tag each one of those. That will at least put you in the map, and they'll actually see your work, and if they like it, they'll repost it. And if they repost it, you'll get influx of followers to your account. So if you do all these things, if you post quality content, you post constantly, you engage with your followers and with your community, and you do some work to actually get featured in these bigger accounts, there's a really big chance that you'll grow some type of community around your content. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this encourages you guys to actually put in some work into your Instagram and build that following and actually start making some money off of Instagram. So tell me your stories if you are doing that, or if you're planning to do that. Tell me your stories below, comment below. Please give it a thumbs up if you like it, and share this video with people that you think would benefit from this video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching and just being the awesome people that you are. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.